Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. If you remember in my last video, I said, next time I see you, good news only. And I'm happy to report that there are many good news, but unfortunately not only good news. But like, it's already an improvement from the last couple of months, I guess. So let's get into it. So first of all, of course, as you saw in the last video, the floor got done, which was the first good news, even though it was such a mess and it left the walls with holes and scratches and whatever. So I had to take care of that. That happened. Then we put up the bathroom ceiling, which was actually more complicated than it looks. I don't know how people do that, but we somehow managed to do it. And then I painted the bathroom ceiling, which was a bit messy because if you're painting very high above your head, there's a ton of ink falling onto your face. But I did it and everything happened just in time. We got our sofa delivered, which was huge. We got our boiler delivered and we got our stove delivered. And peeling off that tape around the stove was very satisfying. Even though the stove unfortunately was delivered in silver, even though we had ordered it in the same like black, gray, anthracite tone that we have all throughout the kitchen. So now it doesn't match and you see every fingerprint, but we have a wonderfully functioning stove. It is amazing. We've cooked with it at this point and we're very happy with the power that he has, and I can't wait to cook for guests. And then the electrician came through as planned and he finished his job. And then it was moving time. What? Unfortunately, as you've seen in previous videos, sometimes my partner has to go to the mainland and he doesn't choose the dates that he has to go. Because it's not that he's going on holiday. He usually has some kind of appointment, be it health or otherwise. And unfortunately, one of those dates completely collided with our moving day, which meant I was alone with the move and I did it by myself. I luckily had a friend of mine coming over and she helped me with the bulk of our boxes and stuff because she has a bigger car. And yeah, thank you so much for your help. I know you're watching, so thank you so much. And yeah, but the rest I did by myself. It is moving day! Well, kind of. Let me explain. It is moving day, moving weekend, kind of. Today, a friend of mine and I are gonna move the majority of our things. The reason for that is that my partner is unfortunately currently not here. He's at the wedding of his best friend, which is amazing, but it just collided with our day of having to move and leave this apartment and, you know, move into our house actually. So unfortunately the bulk of, you know, last things that needed to get done, like I just spent the entire morning finishing painting. Oh, I have paint here as well. So all of that kind of stuff, like all the last bits and pieces, getting everything ready, getting everything clean, and moving the majority of our things, unfortunately, is on me. But luckily I have a friend, you've seen her in a previous video, her name is Mona. She is thankfully passing by in like 20 minutes or so, and then we're gonna move the majority of things together. She unfortunately only had time today, but actually it's kind of perfect because tomorrow is Espírito Santo, the most holy festival of the Azores, which means lots of cars, lots of people everywhere, lots of processions, so it's kind of a nightmare to get with a car anywhere on that day because people are outside and everything's very busy and people are parking like crazy, and again you have like processions blocking the roads and all of that kind of stuff. So it's actually kind of perfect that we're doing this today and not tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'm gonna take it a bit slow. I'm gonna enjoy watching the procession probably, and then, or one of the processions, and then on Monday I'm gonna finish up everything. I'm also gonna finish up here, gonna deep clean this apartment, and then on Tuesday morning my partner is coming back, and that's then our official move. So like on Tuesday we're closing this door and not coming back. that is the situation, and we're gonna spend the first night in the house, which is super exciting. It feels kind of weird and anticlimactic right now because the move is like so stretched out over multiple days, and because I'm alone, my partner isn't here, so it's kind of all over the place. But I'm still very excited. Everything, at least so far, has been going well the last couple of days, except for the IKEA order, which is still lost. On Tuesday, I'm also going to move this into the house. Actually, it's like this, it hangs. In Germany, we have a tradition when somebody moves into a new place, you always need to have bread and salt in the house, representing food and money. And like you're always, like it's always like a kind of like a housewarming gift, and you're supposed to bring it into the house before you move in, or like on the day that you move in. You're supposed to always have that around somewhere, and my father already months ago sent me this little package, and inside is a little bit of dry bread and a little bit of salt, so I can live out that tradition here, even though there's nobody here that can give me that as a housewarming gift on the day itself. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that. I'm very excited to finally bring this into the house because it means we have finally moved and everything hopefully is gonna turn out fine. Ta-da-da. We did it! I actually completely forgot to film while we were doing the things, but there are boxes here. The bathroom, which was still an insane mess, is now more or less ready to receive stuff. And yes, we're still missing our sink, which is gonna be this thing with the sink on top. Coming soon. And then we have some boxes over here, our sofa, which is currently in 2 pieces because people were working on the ceiling. So, and the best room, in my personal opinion right now, is the bedroom. Of course, this is my side, obviously. Yeah, we are getting somewhere. It starts to look like a home, especially this corner. And sorry if that just made you dizzy. I just spinned around in a circle like 3 times. Unfortunately, I didn't have the best start living in this house. One reason is mental health. I will get to that in a second. And the other reason is just physical, because I'm not sleeping very well, which is partially because of mental health, but it is also partially because our IKEA order is still lost. As I've mentioned in the last video, our IKEA order just got lost and nobody could tell us what happened. And after 2 weeks of calling them every single day and even tracking down the people who deliver on this island, because IKEA just wouldn't give us that information, who is the transport service here, because we just wanted to know if there's an issue. We then tracked them down by ourselves, like we figured out who they were, and there was just a lot of confusion and nobody knew what happened to our order. So in the end, after like 2 weeks, IKEA said that they send it again. We don't have a confirmation email of that. We don't have a tracking number. We have absolutely no information whatsoever. And it is supposed to arrive in the end of June, which is a full 2.5 months after ordering. I'm still a bit mad that we had to pay so much money for shipping, and then now we have all of this drama and delay and all of that kind of stuff. I'm still worried that stuff is gonna arrive broken, because again, I know how things can be, and yeah, very, very upset about that. And I'm very upset that we couldn't just say, just give us the money back, we order from somewhere else, just because we don't really have a choice, A, money-wise, and B, because nobody delivers to the island. And while the IKEA order doesn't have all that many things, simply because it's just not in the budget right now to buy furniture for us, because furniture is expensive, people, and the house cost us so much more time and money than we would have ever anticipated. So no furniture for us, but of course there are a few little essentials that you need. One of these essentials is the thing that goes under your mattress. I think it's called a slatted frame in English. I'm not quite sure. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And that is one of the things. Like, we have a bed frame, but we don't have the thing between the bed and the mattress. And that was in the IKEA order, as well as the stuff for our curtains on the windows. So we don't have a lot of back support right now in the bed, because we just took some pieces of wood to put it under the mattress so we could sleep at all, but it's not the most comfortable. It doesn't give you any back support whatsoever, and it's very bright due to very aggressive street lights in the neighborhood. And I don't sleep very well when it's light outside. So that is that part, and then there's the mental health part. I don't want to go into too much detail, because obviously this is a very private topic, but maybe some of you can relate, and I also want to explain why I'm unfortunately not the, oh my god, we moved! Oh my god, finally we are home! I'm the happiest person under the sun right now, because I was really hoping I was gonna bring that energy to this channel, because that's the moment I've been working towards for so long. And I've waited now 2 weeks in the hopes that my mental health was gonna get better, but it's not. So I just decided to be honest with you guys. As soon as we moved in, I kind of had a little bit of a mental breakdown situation. My mind completely unraveled. And while there are a billion reasons why, I think the main reason is just that I've been pushing myself way over my limit for such a long time, both physically, mentally, emotionally, on every level possible. Also financially, like if anybody ever had, like if any of you ever had financial stress, you know how that can affect you and how that can affect your mental health. And again, I'm not gonna go into details, but let's just say it's been very difficult and very challenging and very stressful. So I've been pushing myself so hard and beyond any limit I ever had. And the only thing that really kept me going was this stress and this pressure of we need to move, we need to move, we need to move, we need to move. Because there was always the next deadline and the next deadline and the next deadline. And I mentioned before how that was already affecting my mental health, that like every deadline just got delayed because it felt like I was giving so much and I was working so hard, but it was never enough. It was just never, the things just never got done that I wanted to get done or that needed to get done. And just, my mind had been in a pressure cooker for months at this point, and I've just pushed my body and my soul and everything I had so far, and the only thing that just kept me running was that pressure of we need to move. So when we then moved, that fell away and my mind just completely unraveled itself. While at the same time, it just couldn't stop running. Like, all I'm constantly thinking about are all the things that we still need to do because the house is not finished. Like, especially here in the living room, like it looks perfect right now, but this is exactly this tiny corner in the frame right now. Everything else is an absolute mess. There's just still so much to do, and my mind just keeps running at 1,000,000 miles per hour, and just every box that I'm trying to unbox, which are not many because again we don't have furniture, my mind is just like, what are you doing? Why are you unpacking? You need to pack that again. Like, why would you take anything out of that box? Like, it's very hard for me to wrap my mind around the fact that we have arrived. Like, we are here, we are home, we did it, we've done it, we are here now. And again, it's just very hard for my mind to stop. Like, for example, in the first week, we didn't have a bathroom sink, and we had to do that. And now there are still so many things to do. Our contractor is coming this weekend, so we can work on the living room, and just, it's so hard to just be like, I'm home, I'm here, like, to enjoy things. And yeah, so my mental health has been pretty bad. And I was really hesitant to share this because obviously this is a very private and vulnerable thing, something like mental health or bad mental health. And I've just shared in another video that there's chronic illness in this household as well. And yeah, it's just very private, very vulnerable, and it's scary to share that on the internet, especially because I know that there are people out there watching my videos who really enjoy to see me suffer and that love to comment very negative things. So I've been very hesitant to talk about this, but in the end, I really just decided that I prefer to be authentic and honest with you guys, because moving to a different place doesn't always mean that you pack your bag and you're immediately happy, or just because you fulfill a dream doesn't mean there are no challenges along the way, or it means like, oh my god, you will forever be happy every second for the rest of your life just because you've accomplished one thing that you have been dreaming of or that you've been working towards. So yeah, this is real life. I know I should feel nothing but happiness and gratitude right now, but it's just not my truth right now, and that's okay. I know I will feel it eventually because I know it's somewhere in there. I just cannot access it right now. I know how incredibly lucky I am to sit here in this house and on this island and all of these things. I know that. I know that here, it's just currently not here yet, and it will come to this place eventually. I hope you are all doing well, and I know some of you have had similar projects in your life, people who have moved, who have renovated, who have built houses. Please let me know down in the comments below how you felt after you have done the final step of moving in. How did you feel? Did you feel excited and grateful and super happy, or did you also have like a post-project blues and a time of adjustment where you just had to settle and realize that this is real now? Please let me know down in the comments below. For now, I'm going to continue to try and celebrate the small things and mundanity, because that's what I've been craving, to have a routine again, to have mundanity again, to have a normal daily life again, and try to get back on my feet over the next couple of weeks with small things like this tea, which was a gift from a friend in Germany last time I visited. You know who you are. So thank you for that. And it's one of the only things that currently genuinely make me smile. So I'm going to celebrate that until my mind and my heart are in alignment again, and I can truly celebrate this amazing thing that we have accomplished here with this house, because I know I'm proud. I just don't feel it yet. I hope you're all also enjoying a cup of tea or coffee, hot chocolate, or whatever is your favorite drink, and that you also celebrate the small things as well as the big things. Have a good day. Bye.